Hi, my name is Karina Aparicio, and my lesson is over the water cycle. For the T-test domain, I chose 1.4. The teacher plans engaging, flexible lessons that encourage higher order thinking, persistence, and achievement. For the ISTE Ed standard, I chose 2.6a. Foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and outcomes in both independent and group settings. For the virtual instructional strategy, I chose evidence of learning, where they will be doing an exit ticket. For the TEA Tech Apps for Students, I chose practical technology concepts. Students build their knowledge of software applications and hardware, focusing on keyboarding and use of applications and tools. Students also build their knowledge and use of technology systems, including integrating the use of multiple applications. For the TEACS content, I chose 5th grade 8B, which is Earth and Space. The student knows that there are recognizable patterns in the natural world and among the Sun, Earth, and Moon system. The student is expected to explain how the sun and ocean interact in the water cycle. For the instructional delivery, the students will be together in class through Zoom, where I will instruct them using an interactive Nearpod. At the end of the lesson, they will go into breakout rooms to fill out a Google document and discuss a question. They will also have an exit ticket through Zoom on Zoom Canvas, whatever. For engagement, within the Nearpod, there will be many activities throughout the lesson to keep the students engaged. I will include questions, polls, a matching portion, and a document for the breakout room portion of the lesson. They will have opportunities for whole and small group discussions. For assessment, in order to assess what my students learned throughout the lesson, the Nearpod will have quizzes and polls for me to see where they're at. They will also be put into breakout rooms where they will decide who will explain each part of the water cycle, using a shared Google document. They will also have to make sure that they write their explanations in order, and then they will then discuss a question as a group that will later be discussed as a class, and then they'll complete an exit ticket. How will my instructional delivery fit under the 5 technology pillars? So I have Zoom, which is web conferencing. My students will utilize Zoom at the end of their lesson for small and whole group discussions. They will work together in groups to fill out a Google Doc in the breakout rooms. They will then discuss what the role of sun and ocean play in the water cycle, because they will have to come back to whole group to discuss this as a class. For the Nearpod, it fits under engagement, ownership, and responsibility. The students will be learning the content through a Nearpod. Within this Nearpod, they will learn all about the water cycle and have questions, polls, and matching portions to complete. This engagement gives them a sense of ownership and responsibility in their education. For the Google Docs and breakout rooms, falls under collaborative suite. At the end of the lesson, the students will get into breakout rooms in groups to fill out a Google document together and then discuss the question. This is my credit. So the students will have a Nearpod. This is what they will be going through. It talks about this water cycle, the order of it. There's the matching, draw the water cycle, a quiz at the end. And so from here, I would, let's save and exit that. That would be if I was editing. So here I would just click live participation. And then I would launch a Zoom meeting. I can create a Zoom. I won't do it right now because my Zoom is giving me a lot of issues. But within the Zoom, after they go through this whole Nearpod, they will be put into groups of 4 where I'll send them a link to this Google Doc where they will share with each group, and then within their group, they'll have to decide who fills out which process for the water cycle. And after they've completed this, they will discuss these 2 questions, because we will later come back as a class to discuss. And then after they finish this, then we come back as a class on Zoom. I will put on the whiteboard for them to type in something that they've learned today. And that's pretty much it.